Well, welcoming everybody to race one of the round of 8, live from Bristol Motor Speedway. It is the virtual racing Aotearoa playoffs series. And well, joining me in the comms box, as per Sunday night as of late, it is Mr. Carl Nedler. Carl, welcome in, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Brett. Thanks for having me for another week, and welcome viewers here at Bristol, the last great Coliseum. So it's going to be an interesting night for us, Brett.
Yeah, certainly is. What have we got? 22 cars in the house, I believe, tonight. So another decent turnout. But I tell you what, we've been watching throughout this warm-up and practice session that they've been having, and man, a lot of cars falling by the wayside. So we'll see what unfolds in front of us tonight, Carl. It could be another caution fest, and then again, who knows, short track, well, semi-short track, we'll call this one, eh? May as well be a short track, but high banks, so...
Yeah, it's a bit of a... going to be interesting night, like you say, short track racing, could be close quarters. Hopefully not the wreck fest that we possibly would have seen in the practice there, but again, it could be the night where everything just sort of falls into place for everyone, and we get some good racing, heaps of passing, and some good strategies unfolding, and getting someone else locking themselves into that final four.
Yeah, too right, and that's what it is all about tonight, isn't it? Getting yourself through to the final race of the season, basically, where the top 4 will battle it out for the championship. And on your screen now, one of the contenders, Bryce Harding, and new this week, I believe these cars didn't have it on last week, but we got the banners on the playoff drivers this week for those yellow banners on the front screen and the stripe down the bottom of the front splitter. So easy to identify who is the contenders for the championship chase. Oh, Harding there, big slide. That's exactly what I was just talking about, Carl.
Yeah, so obviously these guys will be going balls to the wall on these qualifying laps here and pushing it to the absolute limit. And that can be one of the results when you're coming off the exit of turn 2 or turn 4, getting rather loose and getting it all crossed up like we would see on the dirt.
Too right, just a few drivers left
Stripe on the rear wing too.
What's that, sorry?
Just saying, apparently there's a stripe on the rear wing as well.
Oh, yep, nice. Nice, we're just waiting. I think we've got another 3 drivers left to do.
Good to see you on the chat, Kempy.
Is Kempy in the house tonight, is he?
He's already in the house in the chat there.
Oh, how good. Welcome in, Mr. Kemp, off that pretty awesome effort in En's car on Wednesday night.
Yeah, very good showing from the man, wasn't it?
Yeah, certainly was. It was good to see. Just trying to get a prediction in the chat, don't mind me. I'm a little bit sidetracked at the moment.
Well, before we get proceedings underway here, Brad, with obviously grid up and that, who's your pick? Who's your man to go through?
Well, I think it's going to be a pretty tough one, to be fair. Look at Xavier Simmons is right up the top of that timing chart tonight. Currently sits P2. But those Sigma boys, no doubt they will rally around each other tonight. Corey Crossan starting out of pole. So, yeah, another one who's going to be there. Luke Dilworth, of course, been in red-hot form as of late. He's starting from P5. So, mate, open grounds. I think it's going to be a matter of survival first and foremost for these guys. Being short track racing, a lot of patience needed. But look, tonight I might just go with Bryce Harding. Let's see where he can come from in this one.
Roger. Yeah. I've been flogging this all season long, and he's starting off the front row. So I'm going to be putting my money on Xavier to have that one tonight.
So you're right. Let's go. Yeah, here we go, folks. So out of row 1 tonight, it's going to be Corey Crossan lining up next to Xavier Simmons.
Starting out of row 2, folks, we have Brady Stanley and Willie McClune.
Out of row number 3, it's going to be Luke Dilworth lining up next to Joel Berkeley.
From row 4, we have Mitch Fabish and Aaron Gray.
Out of row number 5, it'll be Darcy Wilson lining up next to Caleb Beecroft.
From row 6, folks, we have Bryce Harding and Ben Stillborn.
Out of row number 7, it'll be Alec Inslee and Sam Waddell.
And from row 8, we have Hadley Boyce and Murray Howell.
Out of row number 9, we'll see Cale James and Dion Gregory.
From row 10, we have Cam Gailey and Steve Duff.
And this should be rounding, well, no, not quite rounding out the field, but out of row 11, we'll see Bradley Oldfield lining up next to Hayden Guptill.
From row 12, we have Robert Northway.
And that is your field for tonight's race 1 of the round of 8. And get your predictions in. How many yellows are we going to see tonight? They're in the chat there. Let us know what you think. The field now in behind the iRacing safety car. Set to go. Corey Crossan and Simmons off the front row. Lights are out, I believe. So we should get a start this time by green flag in the air. We are underway at Bristol. Playoff racing. Crossan.
Simmons read that start beautifully, Brad. He got a real good jump down the outside there, and obviously having to do a little bit of defending here into turns 2 and 3 with Willie McClune, but under yellow already, Brad.
Mate, I tell you what, I don't even think you'll be able to guess who this one is that's had a moment out there. May have jinxed him pre-race. Let's have a look at the Sim Blacks Sim Magic instant replay. What has unfolded here for Dilworth? Looks like he's been caught up in the 60. Gets a bit of contact in Stillborn. And it's not going to be too bad, but that is going to be our first yellow of the night here at Bristol. And well,
and Northway's involved too.
It did not take long.
But yeah, like we said at the start of the race there, Brad, after the green flag dropped, Simmons read that start beautifully. Managed to get the jump. Probably one of the better starts or restarts we've seen from the outside car this season. You know, like how dominant that inside lane's been, and how much of a jump you do get. And for Simmons to read that, he's obviously been doing some work and got his eye in over the last week or so, and been doing a bit of study on these restarts. So good track, good evening, boys. Yeah, good to see you, Wayne. So actually, yeah, welcome in. I do need to catch up with you, so been a bit of a busy old weekend, but we will get there. But thanks for popping in anyway. So yeah, obviously sorry, Brad, just going to quickly get this in. Interesting to see how McClune can read the start as well as Simmons here on this restart.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. Just checking, we are actually live on YouTube. Turned it off on Friday night for that Australasian midget title, but it seems everything is working fine at the moment. Is Willie McClune, Corey Crossan to restart us this time. Oh, you think there was a crash after the Dilworth spin? Okay, I will have a look through my logs, because it looks like yeah, Northway could possibly have been in a crash. There's a whole lot of names that have flashed up actually. Fabish and Northway, yeah. You can definitely see Northway, so I'll have a look at that once we get back to racing. Looks like the safety car about to pull down pit lane, and we'll get back underway. And hopefully we can get through a couple of laps this time, Carl.
Oh, right into the back of McLean there, sorry.
He won't be holding back tonight, that's for sure, as we see Rory Crossan. Another strong restart, but Willie McLean on a mission.
Yeah, be looking for that all-important golden ticket to transfer, so... under no, yellow again. No. I don't have the time for this tonight, Brad.
Boy, oh boy. I can tell you now that it is time certain. So no matter what happens, 9:45, the race will be concluded.
Well, at this current rate, they're not going to need fuel or tyres.
Maybe Gregory was involved in that one. I haven't had anything pop up, but we'll go back and see if we can actually find something here by chance. Says Gregory, so maybe something up in front of him has unfolded. Oh, okay, so that's Alec Inslee, was it?
Yeah, down on the apron there. Missing a bumper too, so.
See this in here in behind Oldfield, and just all himself. It's a bit sideways, recovers. Look like someone in front of him also doing the identical thing, and we'll go back and have a look at this moment from the caution earlier. Oh, there we go, ooh. Cars. Yeah. Alec Inslee involved in that one earlier too.
There's Fabish, Inslee, Northway. Yep. Well, we already got 2 in the box, and I chucked my money on, was it 10 to 16 cautions?
Yeah, you're probably not going to be far. There's Dilworth. Here we go. Here's this one right here. So Inslee into Fabish, which Fabish then got into Cale James, and then back into Inslee. And Northway finishes Inslee off. So, boy oh boy, plenty of action. Early stages, not much racing. But,
not much racing, lots of pacing.
Yeah, the old eye-pacing car. Yeah, well, hopefully once a few drivers get into a bit of a rhythm, we can get some green flag racing in. We go back 2 wide for the meantime. Lights are still on that safety car.
I'll just need to dip off quickly and get my phone, bro. I'll be back in 2 ticks.
Yep, no problem at all. So welcome in everybody to Bristol for race 1 of the round of 8. Of course, this week Bristol, and then next week we head to Homestead, and we will get our top 4 from these 2 races, who will then battle it out for the championship at Phoenix. So only 3 weeks left in this Xfinity series, and it looks like everybody in chat's just about chosen the same option for that prediction. 11 to 15, and we're under caution at number 3 here at Bristol. Maybe you guys are going to miss out. I'd be getting on that 16 to 20 at the moment. It's like one of the cars out there not running a transponder for some reason. It's going to be Harding again. We have this every week with them.
Yeah, it might be. Might have to go back to the old school timing sheet. It says Crossan just gets that juggly C that happens week after week, and Simmons trying to make the most of getting down the inside of McLean, but that momentum on the outside there just gets the job done.
These 2 gap in the field again already. Joel Berkeley there get in on the back of Simmons. So we talk about contenders. Darcy Wilson at the moment currently sits P13, I believe. He is, in fact, one of the playoff drivers at the moment. Bryce Harding now all the way back to 17.
As we see Corey Crossan just setting the fastest lap again of the race with a 15.111. So he's definitely not messing around out in front and trying to put a bit of a margin on McLean there as Berkeley just takes third position away from Simmons. Now Dilworth setting the fastest lap of the race. So plenty of guys starting to get a bit of a wriggle on here. Maybe a few nerves or a few guys getting a little bit jittery and a little bit frustrated with the start of this race. Trying to put the hammer down as we see that awesome drone shot into turns 1 and 2 there of Simmons. Trying to make their job stick down the inside of Berkeley there, Brad.
Yeah, great start from these guys. They are where they need to be at the moment, but look at Dilworth. A man on a mission at the moment, just sets the quickest lap out there now up to P7. They're going 3 wide further back through the field. Hadley
settle down, boys.
Yeah, Hadley Boyce had a good start so far. Currently sits P11 in this one. Well, things are shaping up okay. 20 laps in now. Of course, 190 laps tonight. Monster race for these guys.
Oh, it's on a right big pop.
Yeah,
that drone shot was spectacular. Yeah, wow. With the short laps here, Brad, can short laps get a little bit of passing? We'll probably see some lap traffic in the not too distant future here coming up, Brad. But
yeah, definitely.
Now that we're sort of spread out, there's hopefully everyone's got a bit of space and a bit of comfort and just get a big chunk of these laps out of the way.
Yeah, they're certainly going to fly by once we get into a bit of a rhythm. These guys will make short work of that lap. 15.060. Currently your best time. No, in fact, make that 15.037 for Luke Dilworth out there. Fastest going on at the moment, Oldfield. Is on a mission. Of course, Darcy Wilson currently sits P10. Got a bit of work to do to get up with those other contenders. Would be up 10 laps by now, you reckon, Kempy? Dilworth now underneath Aaron Gray moves up to P6.
Got Caleb Beecroft in his sights now.
Beecroft having another good run out here, Carl. Currently sits P5.
Yeah, so and we're also starting to see a couple of guys running very different lines here. We've got Simmons, who's running it up top in 3 and 4 and running it in the middle of the track in 1 and 2, and Dilworth a little bit the opposite, just sort of staying down a little bit lower on the track. So and then we've got Berkeley running up top trying to get the momentum. So it's going to be interesting to see how these race lines play out, where the speed end up coming, and how this has an effect on some of that tyre wear as well. So well, you will get a big chunk of laps out of these tyres and fuel. So it'll just be obviously whoever looks after their stuff, we say it every week, whoever looks after their stuff the best or can save some of those tyres for a little bit later in the run might be able to capitalise later on or look to maybe do something funky with the pit strategy.
Yeah, too right. He's looking racy here at the moment, trying to get some momentum up on that high line and get a pass done on McLean. It's McLean starting to respond here. And if you're wondering who that blank space is,
Yella.
Currently in 12th, it is Mr. Harding. I think that might have happened around Harding. He was tracking about 14th. Or looks like maybe Gregory. No, it won't be Gregory. Just trying to.
Yella.
Oh, possibly Murray Hole here. see if we can find anything.
Just while we're going through that process, Brad, so we got one more race after this week, which will be the second round of the 8, and then into the final race, correct?
Yes, so next week... Oh, yeah, there's a big moment there. Next week, we head to Homestead for the next round of 8, and then we eliminate 4 and go to Phoenix for that championship race. So I'm just going to see what's happened here. Oh, so a big slide in front of Hadley Boyce, and Sam Waddell too. Looks like he got into the side there of Murray Howell, so that is the reason for the caution. That is caution number 4.
Well, got to be honest, Kempy, tonight I'd rather not see the yellows. I'd rather get this over and done with relatively in quick fashion. But yeah, the yellows do provide action, but when they get a bit repetitive, sometimes it can get a bit tedious up here in the box, and the boys start pulling their hair out. So
yeah, it almost looked like we were starting to get a bit of a good run going there. So let's see what happens now when we get back 2 wide for the restart. Corey Crossan has been controlling things out front nicely since the start of the race.
Where are we off to on Wednesday night?
This Wednesday.
I'll be able to tell you. I'll have a quick look in the Discord calendar there, and I'll get some info because Kempy, where are we going? We're going to Chicago, Michigan Speedway.
Michigan, of course it is. That's where they raced today for the Xfinities.
Yes, so Michigan Speedway for the Egmont Industries 200. So
because that is for the NSCAR Championship. Round number 5 are we up to?
Yes.
Far out, that's gone by quick as.
I'm just trying to find Kemp v Stillborn. He's won that race.
Yeah, and he's got Justin Allen this week.
He does, so that's going to be interesting. So Kempy has got to beat Justin Allen by 6. Yeah, I think he's got to beat him by 6 positions to get the transfer.
No pressure.
So, no pressure, Kempy.
Of course, tomorrow night we head to Motegi. It's a bit of KSR versus VRA, GT4 versus TCR racing. 90-minute race.
How does that work?
Just combined classes.
Right.
So yeah, I know Kempy's got himself entered in that one, so he'll be out there tomorrow night in the McLaren, was it, Kempy? Dilworth here, up to P5, just like that.
Darts away again.
So now all these playoff drivers starting to work their way to the front of the field. Berkeley, he sits 3rd. We've got a great race here though. Simmons looking to get a pass.
Covering Dilworth into 3 and 4 there, Brad. Under Berkeley. This is what you come to watch on a Sunday night here, folks. This is some good action unfolding right in front of us here.
Of course, just if you are watching for the first time, make sure you hit that follow button. We are live 5 nights a week at the moment. Plenty of different racing going on. Nothing this Tuesday actually. Bit of a break night while the Kiwi Sim Racing guys do their qualifying for that 2-hour endurance race. It'll be the next Tuesday.
So you'll be taking that with welcome arms, won't you, Brad? Having a bit of a night off.
Yep. Because went 6 nights last week. So
Dilworth running it awfully high up there, trying to get that momentum to get that crossover down into 1 and 2.
Great race going on here too.
Close that margin on Simmons.
It's a matter of what could have been for Stillborn at this rate, isn't it? He's been having some great runs as of late. I think joined the series a little bit late, didn't he? That's why.
Yeah, I think that's sort of Sounds about right.
Yeah, sort of midpoint, I think. Turned up and started making moves straight away. But we watched this battle. This is for 6th, 7th and 8th. Beecroft, Stillborn and Grey. At the moment, meantime, Willie McClune is catching race leader Crossan and Berkeley as well. So here goes a pass for the lead, Willie McClune. So maybe Crossan starting to feel those tyres burning up a little bit.
Possibly, yeah. Obviously, Willie's just put the hammer down. May have seen Dilworth. We've got some comms from a spotter saying Dilworth's coming, so even though these guys are in the same team, folks, they'll be out there giving it their all. And we've seen Dilworth is sort of setting the standard of late, Brad, isn't he? You know, he's taken a couple of race wins on that ends car calendar already. So yeah, not surprised Willie McClune's gone, oh, get out of the way, and I'm going to try and get away from Dilworth as much as I can.
Bit of a suspension shot there from the right front of Dilworth. He's got a few war wounds down the side of that car at the moment.
Yeah, he's a man on the charge, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not hanging around for anyone.
Crossan falling back into this attack here from Berkeley now. Oh, almost contact between Dilworth and Berkeley.
Look at that, Dilworth just charging, just throwing it down the inside of Berkeley there. Can he make it stick down the back straight as Berkeley gets that run off the top side? Now Simmons up top, looking to go around the outside of both of them and get some momentum. What can he do?
There's a hell of a battle going on at the moment. Dilworth fires it up the inside of Berkeley. He's going to get that pass done momentarily, though. Berkeley, a huge run. Crossan
up top.
Yeah, just moves up in front of that 19 car.
Dilworth loose on the exit of 4 there, a bit Brad down the front straight away. Berkeley looked like he just tagged the wall ever so slightly, but oh boy, folks, you have been treated to some high quality side-by-side action here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
And just like that, Carl, 52 in the books. Of course, we'll start talking about that stage, end of lap 55 now. So Willie McClune in the box seat to claim 1 stage point for winning the stage, I believe.
Yeah, look at this. This is like a game of chess, isn't it?
Yeah, could we see Berkeley...
Simmons!
Oh, is Berkeley going to have to move this? Oh, there's a bit of contact between Dilworth and Berkeley. Oh, and that is the end of the stage for Willie McClune. I believe he's going to get it done.
What's Simmons got for Dilworth?
Stage win there for McClune. So we get back to this battle, and just like that, Dilworth up the inside again of Crossan. Xavier throws it in. How good is this racing here? The top 5 going at it.
This is something had to give a couple of laps back, and obviously when the racing's this tight and this hard and the shoulders are out, Brad, like we say, something has to give, and a little bit of contact between Dilworth and Berkeley, and obviously that mistake's just given the advantage to Dilworth and Xavier Simmons to get on by, as Simmons is starting to apply the pressure to the back of that silver Sigma car of Corey Crossan as he just goes up top to get that momentum. A bit of a crossover.
Whoa.
Down into one. Look at that. And these guys are pushing, so he's sent it in, he's hissing.
Yeah, great
That's
job.
it, as Kempy would say.
Yeah.
But these guys are just throwing the kitchen sink at everything. Berkeley looking to make a move on Crossan, launching an attack back on Simmons. Here we go. I mean, this is, folks, you don't get much better than this on a Sunday night here with some of this Xfinity stuff. So sort of goes back to that. A couple of weeks ago, we were treated to some similar quality racing at Auto Club, Brad. We had some 4 or 5 wide action on an ends car night.
Yeah.
So this is shaping up to be some lovely racing, and obviously the skill and the ability and the talent being put on show here tonight for sure, because some of this racing is there's no margin for error here as we start to get into lap traffic. And look who's just popping up in the background there, Harding.
Yeah,
Just creeping up, so yeah, he would have been looking after his tyres a little bit in that first stanza. 62 on the box. He's probably got a little bit of tyre left in reserve. So he's whoa. Who's that? Is that Darcy Wilson going
Wilson.
down the inside?
Currently
It's
6
Cam
P4, 5.
Gailey up high. This is we're getting treated to some high quality racing once these boys get settled in, aren't we, Brad?
Yeah, it's a great battle at the moment. Looks like 3 cars retired from the race. Hobbled down pit lane at the moment, 32 laps down, however. But yeah, great battle between these front runners at the moment. And, haven't really had a chance to look further through the field. These guys have just been going at it since the restart.
Why would we when the racing's this good, though?
Yeah, too right. Too right. Just looking through the field, Carl, find our playoff drivers at the moment. Of course, Willie McClune in the box seat at the moment. Got, well, he won last week, didn't he? Did Willie win at Watkins Glen? I think Liam's in the chat. He might be able to remind us. Seems so long ago when you're streaming a fair bit. But Dilworth, the man has been in red hot form. Currently sits P2. Going to get himself into a strong position to advance through to that round of 4. Simmons currently sits P3. Doing a good job out there at the moment. 69 laps of 190. Harding making a charge for it.
Yeah, this is who's that Inslee coming up on lap traffic now. So Harding's making a real good charge here. There's obviously plenty of tread left in reserves there. A bit of a nightbot in the chat.
You just get so Harding's in 3rd now, not running a transponder as the lap timing doesn't want to pick him up tonight, but that's okay. He manages to get through Simmons. We go back to a P5. Darcy Wilson, another one, looking to advance through to that round of 4. Teammate Berkeley sits one position back in 6th. With Corey Crossan just behind him, and then where is car number 8?
But if you've just been watching that timing tower as of the last few laps, Brad, but Dilworth eating into that margin of McClune, sort of goes from about the 2.5 tenths down to just under 2 tenths and sometimes back out to 3 tenths. So he's obviously making a bit of a move there. Getting a little bit closer to McClune.
Yep, she's going to be a battle of tyres, you feel. 75 laps now of 190, just like that. The laps flying by at the moment. Oldfield here is going to go a lap down. He currently sits P14.
Dilworth is definitely the man with the speed and the lines. He's on a charge. Can he just capitalise on a bit of lap traffic here and set McClune up and go up top or go down the bottom, go somewhere that McClune's not, and maybe get that race lead? As we, who's that? Is that Hadley Boyce?
Yeah,
Hadley Boyce.
He's trying his best to stay out of harm's way. Lets the leaders go through.
Coming up on Beecroft now, so you're right, Brad. These laps are just chewing away through the books tonight. Already up to lap 78, coming to 79. Nearly at half race distance. There's Beecroft stuck on the outside. Just let's look how close they're getting here. Dilworth not giving him any room into turns 1 and 2, and look at this run he's getting into 3 here, Brad. Shoving the nose down the inside of McClune. What's he got? Where's he going to go? Is he going to hold this, and he's going to get a little bit of a compromised exit there? McClune gets that run away, and he goes up to top in 1 and 2. See if he can get that run into the fence.
Yeah, he is certainly not holding back. You can see it out there, searching for a way past the 61 of McClune. Here we go, run up the inside.
Run.
He's going to send it. He looks like, oh, this is a great battle for the lead at the moment. Dilworth and McClone absolutely going at it. And should we start talking about pit stops soon, Carl? What is your thoughts? Will we see them wait as long as possible for a yellow? Or normally, if we get long green flag runs, we start looking around that half race distance for cars to come down pit lane. And now 83 laps in the books.
Look who's flying. Harding is flying, Brad.
Yeah, he's...
Just while you're talking there, he is flying. Look at it, down the inside of both of them. Dilworth up into the wall. We're 3 wide here. Harding take the lead away out of turn 4 across the start-finish line there. McLean looking to mount a bit of a charge back. But Harding, from nowhere to the race lead. One of your championship favourites here, folks. Get back in your cave, you clown helmet.
Yeah, he's talking about the old mate that's probably, trying to sell viewers.
But in terms of the tyres and the fuel, Brad, in terms of a strategy, we're talking about a little bit of a guess as to what we're going to see. Maybe with the green, if you're doing a green flag stop here, you lose at least 2 or 3 laps under green flag conditions. So yeah, you're going to want to push that out far enough to make sure you can get home. And obviously one of the main things is timing it right so you don't get screwed over by a yellow flag or an incident, as we see Aaron Gray transiting down pit lane. But I'd like to think they could probably get at least 100 laps out of a tank if it hasn't been restricted. And the tyres, well, you just run the tyres as long as you can until you can get down pit lane to get your fuel to get you home, essentially. Try and make it a one-stop.
Bryce Harding has just decided that it is go time. He's already out to a 2-second lead in the 79 car. It's McClone and Dilworth go back at it. Dilworth trying to find a way past the 61.
Harding does have that ability to really look after the car in those early stages of the race, or that early stint, and then when he does call upon the car to respond, it does so in this sort of fashion. So yeah,
big slide from Dilworth coming into pit lane. So stops now. Look like we're about to get them underway. So we see Dilworth falling through the field. And surely Harding is just going to keep going and going until that tank is almost dry.
Well, if he can make some inroads while he's out there and doesn't start losing a ton of time, he's obviously got pace because he's just driven to the front. Bryce is racing unreal considering we didn't get home till 4 this morning.
Big night. It sounds like a big night.
Yes. So Dilworth back out on track. So he's down. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, Dilworth back out on track.
Look at this tyre comparison, Carl. Sorry to interrupt you. This is where you're going to see it. Right here, fresh tyres up against those tyres 94 laps old, albeit a few cautions in the air so far. What are we up to with that? Caution 5?
Possibly.
Lost count. Someone in the chat surely keeping count.
Is Dilworth, how many laps down is Dilworth after that stop?
Luke Dilworth currently
must be 2 laps down.
On lap 93, leaders on lap 95, make that 94. So 2 laps down at the moment for Luke Dilworth.
So we've got more cars coming down onto the apron in 1 and 2 to transit into pit lane here. So Harding doing a phenomenal job still, and he's gapping McClone more as well. That's nearly up to a 5-second margin.
So is he lapped Darcy Wilson? Darcy Wilson's in 6th on 96 laps.
Yeah, so he's lapped everyone up to P6. So comfortable margin. He is flying, Brad.
Yeah, absolutely owning it at the moment. Oh, that
was
into contact. Oh, who was that up in front of him? Is it Sam Waddell possibly? No.
Sam Waddell.
Might have been Hadley.
Yeah, I think is it only 3 cautions? It is.
3? No, we've had more than 3. We had like 2, one after the other, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, I've just chucked some what is it, channel points on the old 10 to 16.
Yeah. Get
I'll
into
tell you
it.
what,
Is it
this is
still up?
a nice little.
I think it
No,
may
it's
have
gone.
ended. Yeah, it's ended. It only get 30 minutes to vote.
Nice wee little stint of green flag running here. So what are we, 9 laps away from stage 2 end, and looking like so McClune's down pit lane now. Simmons into P2. So, Harding looking to stick it out till the end of stage 2 by the looks. As I see Aaron Gray on those tyres that you speak of, Brad. Just that big disparity between 102 laps as opposed to probably 2 laps of tyres. It's crossing on the stalk as well.
Big thing is if he gets a caution, before that stop, that is going to play into his hands big time, because in theory you'd expect him to be in and out and to lap up in front of the field. So,
and yeah, they would get that wave around. So
yeah,
he's on a mighty charge. Crossing just gets the job done there. Is that Berkeley?
Yep. So Berkeley's at third, and trying to get a lap back here on Harding. Xavier Simmons currently sits P2.
Well, this may even help Simmons a wee bit here if he can stretch this out and make a bit of a gap on tyres, in the sense that if there's a bit of a margin on tyres and he's got some fresher stuff, he may be able to offset the likes of McClune and Dilworth and come on a little bit later, as we see him pop down pit lane now, but come on a little bit later in the second stint. So clearly not being able to get to the end of that second stage. It's interesting to see if we can get Harding to the end of the stage. He's going to need 3 laps.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, because Berkeley, that can't be right. Possibly. No, Berkeley's a lap down, so let's see if he can catch him or not. You'd expect Harding to keep pushing to the end of the stage here. He should get some stage points. 109 laps. End of lap 110.
Well, you'd like to say that Harding's good on fuel for now, till the end of the stage anyway. If he's not, then it's
she's all over.
risky bizzo.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. So Harding here, looks like he is going to get those stage points wrapped up.
Come down pit lane once he crosses the finish line of stage 2 here, no doubt, or sometime soon after.
See what he
does. Matter of laps, but he's only going to have 75 to 80 odd laps to do on these tyres, and in the fashion that he looked after this car. Beg your pardon, in the early stanza of this race, Brad, you'd like to think that probably the race favourite at the moment.
Yeah, too right. I did pick him pre-race. Hopefully I didn't put the curse on him. But choosing to run very long here at the moment. And this could possibly be playing into Berkeley's hands, Dilworth's hands. Oh, Simmons! So are we going to get a yellow here? Simmons! Oh, it looks... Oh, he saved it. So what? Did he miss his pit box the first time, possibly? Or has received the penalty, as we see Hadley Boyce here around the outside of the 79. So you'd expect Harding to possibly head down pit lane any time now, leaking time big time. But of course he'll get that back once he gets out there on the fresh tyres.
He's obviously we're going to have. He's probably going to have at least 25 odd laps, fresher tyres than the rest of the field. So this is going to be interesting to see how this pans out. And we are just chewing through the laps, already up to lap 116. So Joel Berkeley making a dive down pit lane. William McClune up into P3.
Looks like Darcy Wilson, he has just stopped as well. So
Simmons all the way back down on 13th. So a little bit of something's obviously gone wrong and unfolded there for Xavier, which is a little bit disappointing, because that's like we've been saying week in, week out, Brad. The man's been building results, and something's just been sitting in the wings waiting to happen. But Maybe next week at Homestead.
Yeah, too right.
Still not over tonight though.
So there we go. So now Dilworth is only a lap behind Bryce Harding now. So if Harding has to stop under green, man, he could be in a bit of trouble here.
Could be, but he will have those tyres, so whether these guys have, he's sort of got them in that false sense where they've come out and gone, shit, we need to put the foot down and hammer down and gain some track position back on Bryce, and they may have used up a bit of tyre to do so, but if they have, he may be banking on that to come on strong again at the end of that stint. And it was only a matter of 40 laps ago how strong we saw him come on, 50 laps ago possibly, how strong he came on in the back end of that first stint, Brad, and just drove away from everyone. So yeah, he may be sitting in the cockpit of that car very confident, very calm, knowing that he's got that up his sleeve.
We could possibly see Harding go, well, I would say maybe another 20 laps, believe it or not, because he actually stopped on one of those earlier cautions, because this stint's only 89 laps.
Well, here we go. Liam's our pit lane reporter, and he is currently in pit lane. So can you give us a bit of a guideline on if it's less than 10 laps, less than 20 laps, less than 5 laps till we see Harding transiting down pit lane here? Throw the boys a bone.
Hadley Boyce currently sits P6, and he's having a fairly good run out there at the moment. He's looking at the field, 15 cars currently on the circuit. 7 retirements by the looks.
Dion out early.
Yep.
Robert Northway out of lap 1. That'd be. It's not a nice way to start your race or end your Sunday night, is it?
No. So Northway, Howell, Gregory, Babish, Oldfield, and Cale James. Your retirements from the race. He's currently watching Joel Berkeley. Got a fair bit of work to do out there at the moment, running P7. Of course, stage wins tonight for Harding.
Okay for fuel, as in he can get to the end, or he's okay until a lot later in the race? Needs it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, needs a yellow. It definitely does. These guys starting to track him down as Berkeley moves up into P6. You see here Harding on the back of Corey Crossan. I tell you what, 60 laps to go in this one, Carl. Just like that.
Yeah, beautiful. At the start of the race there, I'm not going to lie, Brad, I was starting to scratch my head going, I don't really want to be sitting here until 9:45 watching some pacing, but the boys out there have pulled finger and given us some top quality racing here at this short track. And these laps have just whistled on by us, like you say, 60 to go. So at this rate, they're probably doing about 3.5 laps a minute. Yeah, so it could all be over in the next 20 odd minutes.
Just don't curse it, mate. That's all I've got to say. Do not curse it. But while we get a bit of time, we may as well run through our week ahead. Of course, tomorrow night I mentioned that GT4 versus TCR battle at Motegi for a 90-minute race. Green flag drops at 8 o'clock for that one, so I dare say we'll be live somewhere around 5 to 8 or something. And then night off on Tuesday. Wednesday night we head to Michigan for round 5 of the NSCAR Championship. And then Thursday night, I believe, we head to Lanier for the Virtual Racing Aotearoa 360 Sprint Car Series. And that will round out this week's streaming.
I'm going to have to say my early pick for Michigan is probably going to be the man who's leading this race, considering it's where he won the season, his first championship.
Yeah, he'll be looking to to get himself locked into that chase, won't he? So we draw closer to the playoff series than that. What do we got? A 14-week championship?
Yeah, so the first 7 weeks, regular, first 8 weeks, 7 or 8 weeks of first regular season. I'll just drop into the Discord and have a quick gaze at this, but yeah, one.
Aaron Gray.
The first 8 weeks. Sorry, there, Brad. Just to interrupt you.
Yep.
First 8 weeks in NSCAR regular season. So we have 4 more left of the regular season.
Oh, there you go. Going by as quick as it does, and I tell you what, Dilworth is on the same lap as Harding now, only 5 seconds behind. As we have 50 to go here at Bristol. And well, Wayne said it earlier, didn't he, in the chat, that once things settle down, it should be great racing. And well, we've certainly seen that tonight. Once we got through those early cautions, things have turned into a great green flag race. So just watching Beecroft at the moment. Teammate Xavier Simmons behind him in P10. The run of bad luck just starting to creep back possibly for Xavier.
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned not long ago, Brad, he's a guy who's been ultra consistent the last sort of 5 or so weeks. Had that unfortunate coming together with Dan Heddershide at Texas after sort of laying a good foundation in his race there to have a good finish, and like we say, a good 5 or 6 weeks after that, he's been putting down some results and building that momentum to try and get that win, or just continue to get those podiums. But unfortunately, just getting struck with the bad luck, so we're just hindering a wee bit at the moment. But no doubt, just man stays patient, it'll all sort of come together and fall into place, and no doubt he'll be eyeing up that final four championship. You just sort of help me across the line there. I'm just trying to look at 2 screens at once.
Yeah, it gets busy, doesn't it? I've got 3 of them going off in front of me, and just going through the field as we're talking away, seeing the progress of some of these drivers. Ben Stillborn, possibly a night to forget, was up towards the front of the field, now sits, 5 or 6 laps down, apparently in P13.
Could be a smoky for Wednesday night, Ben Stillborn.
Yeah, look, he is, when he gets things going, certainly has the pace to battle with them. And to tell you what, another one that could possibly be up there, you never know, Mr. Kemp. He's no doubt been getting a bit of seat time in, as he does throughout the weekend, and obviously improving. His best run last week was running up in 6th place until a bit of contact turned him around, but great fight back into 11th, so could almost throw him in the mix as well.
Yeah, one guy I wouldn't mind seeing jump into a cup car and do a bit of NSCAR racing in the future would be Joel Berkeley.
Yeah, that would be good. I believe he has joined the Discord, so maybe a possibility that we see him in the NSCAR Championship.
Yeah, Inslee into the outside fence.
So right in front of those playoff drivers too, of Wilson and Crossan. Crossan a lap up on the 5, as he has Berkeley in behind him too. So Joel Berkeley here fighting his way back through the field. He's going to deal with it. He's a couple of laps down actually on Harding. So
yeah, the Dilworth is that time that he's taking out of Harding's not coming down as quick as it was. He's still making time, but that it's sort of starting to even itself out here. He's still got that 1.5 to 2 second margin back to Dilworth, but it's slowly evening itself out a little bit. But
oh, look at this race!
So look at that. There's 3 wide battle pack.
This is on, and Willie McLean, he is sitting behind, going, let me through. He needs a way through this. He's currently sitting third in the race, but being held up big time here in this battle between the others going on. Joel Berkeley now up into fourth. So having a good run.
34 laps to go all of a sudden.
Just like that. Oh, again, Inslee up into the fence. And he's got William McClune, Darcy Wilson, Corey Crossan all around him. So he'll be looking to keep it nice and straight and not get in the way of these guys.
Just want to, that's come down to a second now, so Dilworth is making a bit more inroads. I wonder if he's just getting a little bit of help with traffic, or...
Oh, look at Waddell here through the middle.
Contact, Crossan.
Oh.
Does well to keep that. Oh, look at this, Wilson. Just misses that too, Brad, but done very, very well to keep that under green flag conditions, because that would have been right up Bryce Harding's alley, getting that yellow flag come out. Very timely.
Oh, yes. Yep, he could be, if he has to come down pit lane, he could very well be the biggest loser out of it all. Because Harding, Dilworth now, Dilworth's right on his bumper, half a second in it. And these guys both on a lap 161. And Willie McClune should come around to 161. And then from there, everyone's a lap down. Berkeley is 1 lap down. Crossan is a lap.
Big pop, go power. Go Power Rangers.
It is Harding though, even though you can't see him on that timing chart. He is leading it, but it's going to be momentarily now, because it looks like Dilworth is going to get the pass done, move into the race lead. Harding fighting. He's not going to let it go too easy. There you go.
Giving a good nudge, isn't he? He's not giving up with a fire. Dilworth crossed up like a sprint car on the exit of turn 4.
How good was that? That was a big slide from Dilworth. Just lets Harding back out in front.
Making a couple of mistakes there, just letting Harding go back by. Well, whoop it out, yeah. Well, there you go, you mad dog, giving him.
Oh boy. There's like a Cam Gailey here on the fresh tyres. It's going to make easy work of this race leading duo.
Dilworth just looks like he's heated up those tyres a bit, Brad. He's just very, very loose, running up high, and he's just sort of dropped off the back of that bumper of Harding. So obviously running it quite hard and making a few mistakes here, heating those tyres up as he sort of lets them cool down and mounts another charge as Gailey down on the inside line. They're just trying to get this job done nice and cleanly as Beecroft as well. Without impacting these guys here in these race league, you'd hate to see anything unfortunate like that happen.
Yeah, certainly would. Oh, there goes Beecroft now by the race leaders. Dilworth's going to throw it in. Oh, it's not quite sticking from at the moment. This time you'd expect it to. You should slide up in front of Harding, take that lead away. No, Harding just fighting back.
These guys not giving an inch to each other. These guys are teammates, and they are just going at it like rivals. So this is some great racing as we see a lap car down on the inside line. What's that mean for Dilworth? Is he going to be compromised, or is Harding going to get that run? Squeezes him right up out there. So Dilworth with the fresher tyres. Obviously, earlier in the segment we weren't aware that Harding was good to get home on fuel. Needs a yellow to get some of these fresh Goodyears onto that Xfinity car there and make a bit of a run to the end of the race here and possibly book his ticket in to that Final Four at Phoenix as we get to 20 to go.
I'll tell you what,
I must say, Brad, this has just gone by very, very quickly at the blink of an eye.
Yeah, it certainly has. And, you got to love it. And you've got to think if we get a late yellow, Dilworth would be coming down pit lane as well. At this point, you wouldn't let Harding down.
You'd have to come down.
Yeah, you wouldn't let Harding down pit lane because he's done 139 laps now on the setter. Well, he's probably done the whole race on these tyres, has he? I don't think he stopped for tyres. He definitely done a pit stop, according to my timing.
Yeah, has he changed tyres yet, Liam, or is he? Because I wouldn't have thought he would have changed tyres after.
Yeah.
Well, unless he did, because he was a little bit buried right back in the pack, so he may have come down and just used a set. Maybe not, but we'll look to get some confirmation from the pit lane reporter in that Sigma camp.
Dilworth puts Darcy Wilson 3 laps down now, and I tell you what, there's only 3 cars left on the lead lap. That is Dilworth, Harding and McClune. Berkeley a lap down, Corey Crossan a lap down, and then 6th place is 2 laps down, 7th and 8th 3 laps down, 9th 4 laps down, and everyone else 5, 6 and 7 laps down. So
yes, obviously another Sigma onslaught here again on the ovals in the New Zealand NASCAR scene. It's we say it week in and week out, Brad. These guys are just putting on a clinic. They are the ones to beat. They're setting the standard. They're putting in the work, and it is paying off. And we can see that week in, week out with the results, both here at VRA, NSCAR. There's someone's going to have to stand up and take it to these guys very soon, or they are just going to be walking away with all sorts of silverware. Bryce took tyres when he pitted. Yeah, so he has taken a set. That must have been on about lap
50 odd.
Yeah.
Because he's done 145 laps on that set of tyres. So a big run for Harding. You compare that to Dilworth, who's done 89. McClune's done 81 on this set. So, yeah.
So McClune's, that gap of 6 seconds is not really taking effect. So everything's sort of evened itself out in terms of tyre wear, even though Harding is on 140 odd lap tyres. McClune will be on tyres. Sigma's the same as Penske. Sigma, Penske, Sim Sports is probably what now we should be referring to them. But no, in all honesty, the 140 lap old tyres as opposed to the 90 lap old tyres are starting to show similar signs of lap time, which is why McClune is probably not catching Harding as quickly. And that sort of gap has just evened itself out, which is probably good for Harding. Gives them a bit of breathing room with only 9 laps to go. Yeah. Probably locked up second spot unless there's a bit of a catastrophe. But yeah, the Sigma Penske organisation running hot at the moment.
Yeah. Just looking at the lap times last time by for Harding as he records this lap, let's see what he does. 16.366. Compare that to Willie McClune, a 16.360. So Harding's actually still got a fair bit of pace. You compare that to Dilworth, a 16.259 last time by. So Harding's just doing a brilliant job on those tyres.
Well, this is a good result. Big bag of points here, stage win. All going to be useful going into Michigan next week. No, Homestead. Sorry, Homestead next week. Homestead. We're going to make that job a little bit easier for him, a little bit less stressful, a little bit of breathing room. So, no doubt he'll be very happy with this result tonight, even though he hasn't got that golden ticket that Dilworth is looking like he's going to get here in about the next minute and 20 seconds, possibly.
And how fast is this? We're only 9 o'clock race time, Carl. So we were thinking that we could possibly get to a time certain ending, but I tell you what, it's been a great run since those early cautions, and I bet you that not one person has got on that 1 to 5 cautions.
No.
At that point, everybody would have been dreaming, to be fair.
Maybe that's the mantra we need to stick with every week. Talk about time certain races and caution fests and a bit of that reverse psychology, possibly, Brad, and we end up getting green flag running and we're over by 9 o'clock, which is, not going to lie, we love to see that on a Sunday night.
We're racing to the end here. White flag in the air for Dilworth. And I tell you what, Dilworth, he is going to lock himself in to that round of 4. What a race for him. Dominates in the end. Harding led a lot of laps, but tyres just got a bit too much towards the end. And great run from Willie McClune too, home in 3rd. Berkeley He ends up bringing it home 4th spot. Corey Crossan 5th. Out of those other playoff drivers that we got out there, Darcy Wilson 8th. Xavier Simmons brings it home P11. We'll get the results up on screen. And there it is, confirmation. Luke Dilworth getting it done. 2.6 seconds in the end over Harding.
Yeah, very good.
Willie McClune home in 3rd, 7.6 seconds. And from there, Berkeley Crossan a lap down. 2 laps down for Gray. 3 laps for Wilson and Beecroft. 4 laps for Boyce and Stanley. And a whole lot of laps for a lot of cars out there. Murray Hole 160 laps down. Coming unstuck early in the piece.
Well, another good night in the books, Brad, here at VRA at Bristol, the last great Coliseum. And I'm going to say thank you, and we will see you on Wednesday night. I'll let you do the honours of these interviews, and again, another great pleasure of calling a race with you. We'll see you on Wednesday, and see you all, folks.
Yep, beautiful. Thank you, Carl. As we will see you for the NSCAR race, and
Yes.
only a couple of Sundays to go for you, mate.
Yes, that's good.
Counting it down. Counting it down.
Roger. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Thank
mate.
you now.
Beautiful.
Bye.
Thank you. All right, we'll quickly drag these guys in for a chat. It's going to be 3rd place tonight. Willie McClune, mate. Good run for you and the boys out there tonight. A top 3 finish for Sigma, and good way to start the round of 8 racing.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad actually. I was surprised with a big long green run. I was actually, when Bryce pitted, I thought about pitting then, because I thought, well, if we go green here, I'll just make it home. And but then, I didn't want to go to the back of the field and then get taken out. So
Yeah, fair call. Of course, we did have a few early cautions, but like you say, a nice long green flag run, which really sorted the race out, the race order, and yeah, like I say, 3rd place for you. It bodes well for you as we head to Homestead next week for the last race of the round of 8.
yeah, can't complain with that. And Sigma 1, 2, 3 by the looks, and we lapped everyone other than lapped all of the rest of the field.
Yeah, certainly dominating performance. Yeah, no, great run. But Willie, while you're in here, quick shout out to your sponsors.
Yeah, just all the Sigma boys. Cole for painting our cars, and well done to Luke on winning tonight. That was fucking pretty awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Well, cheers again, Willie, for coming in for a chat, mate, and we will catch you next week at Homestead.
Yeah, cool, mate. Cheers.
Awesome, cheers. There you go, thoughts from a 3rd place finisher tonight. Now we're dragging this man here when I can.
So to the top.
Just interrupt you there, Bryce.
Hi, mate.
You're all good. Mate, tell you what a run on those tyres tonight. A massive haul for yourself. Looks like 156 laps on that set of tyres, because you opted to come down pit lane in one of those earlier cautions, I believe. So, mate, a top drive from yourself, just not quite holding out Dilworth towards the end, but still P2 finish, 1, 2, 3 for the team. Mate, what a night.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I didn't feel like I had any pace here, especially not on fresh tyres compared to what everyone else could do. I mean, that was evident in qualifying. And I just didn't really feel like I was getting anywhere, so I knew I had to go off strategy with something. And I liked the idea of being on newer rubber, so I took that, and I didn't actually know if I could make it home on fuel when I done the stop, but as the tyres wore off, I was using less and less fuel when it just came into the window, so everything worked out all right. I only had 30% of me right-hand side tyres left at the end of that. She was definitely hard work holding on.
Yeah, I bet. I bet, certainly. We're talking about it towards those, it could have gone either way for yourself, to be fair. If you got a caution, sort of around that 120 lap mark, you could have come in down pit lane and possibly, after everyone else had stopped, you could have been a couple of laps in front maybe, or even a lap on the rest of the field. But, yellow didn't come your way, but still,
Yeah, that was what I was hoping for that a bit. I was like, oh, yellow here wouldn't have been too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone would start on the same tread, but I would have had a lap lap ahead. So and then everyone would have been on the same tyre, so it would have been good. But yeah, this track race is pretty cool with the strategy and how it all plays out. And Luke played it really well tonight.
Yep, definitely. But hey, great run from yourself, and good points going into that round next week at Homestead. So hey, onwards and upwards.
Yeah, man, should be fun. Homestead should be great racing in these cars. Never been around there in these cars, but I imagine it'll be fun.
Yeah, too right. But mate, while you're in here, quick shout out to anyone that you want to thank, sponsors or teammates or whatever.
Yeah, just want to thank all the Sigma boys and Dirt FX Designs and Vulcan.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Bryce, for coming in for a chat, mate. Top job on the P2 finish tonight, and we'll catch you next week at Homestead.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Cheers. Here you go. Thoughts from Bryce Harding, P2 tonight, and we'll get a race winner in the house. Luke Dilworth, mate. Great strategy tonight. Managed to track down teammate Bryce Harding in the end there, and basically got the job done.
Yeah, thanks. What a race! This place was unreal. I did a fair bit of testing just to learn how the car reacts, over a long run, but I didn't expect to be doing 100 laps on a set of tyres, especially trying to come from 2 laps down. I thought Bryce had it in the bag after I saw his little strategy move, and thought once he said he could get home, I didn't know how to play it to get there. But yeah, once we got rolling on those new tyres, I could see the gap falling, and it got obviously closer and closer, and it was a bit of a battle to pass him while lap cars were coming past on fresh tyres, but it was good.
Yeah, he certainly fought right to the end in that battle. We were watching it for quite a while there, both years side by side, and Harding just looked to get a run up on that high line, and then you'd look to throw it under him, and went on for several laps, but in the end got the job done and cleared out in the end, and got the result. Locks yourself into that top 4, and Homestead, you can relax and possibly start thinking about Phoenix.
Yeah, I think I will just put next week to the side and start testing at Phoenix and make sure that when we get there we're strong. So it's the first time I've finally made a Final 4 with missing rounds with work and stuff. It's always been a must-win every time we go racing. So it's nice to have a buffer this year and be able to actually do it. And here we are. It's good.
Yeah, too right. It's going to be a ripper final race, no doubt. But of course, still have Homestead to get through for the rest of the field, and a chance for some of your teammates to possibly get themselves locked into that round of 4 as well. But mate, top job tonight, and final things. Thank anyone you wanted to thank.
Yeah, thanks to Cole at Dirty Fix. Like my boys, keep ticking away at it. It's good. Improvements are always good. VRA for running the show, and you guys spamming it. Pretty awesome, eh? Seems to get a good following now. I get messages about it sort of during the week from people and stuff like that, so it's always cool.
Yeah, awesome. It's good to hear. Well, thank you for coming in for a chat with us, Luke, and mate, we'll see you obviously on Wednesday night, but we will catch you next Sunday at Homestead for the last race of the round of 8.
Definitely, looking forward to it. Catch you guys then.
Cheers. There you go. Thoughts from a race winner tonight, Luke Dilworth. And well, that is all we have for you tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway and the Virtual Racing VRA Xfinity Series. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Don't forget tomorrow night that endurance race at Motegi, 90-minute race. GT4's racing the TCR cars. Should be a absolute ripper night's racing. And until then, have a good Monday everyone, and we will